I'm Julie. Welcome to my YouTube channel. I'm in southeast Missouri. Um, we here garden in zone 6B, a little bit 7A. I'm kind of right on the border. I just wanted to welcome you and show you a little bit of our garden today. Chris and I have moved down to the country. We live on the same property as my parents, and we've moved in here about 3-4 months ago, and been working on the gardens and getting things established. So just wanted to show you some of the things that we've done so far this year. I've got, I did lyropy around the edging all the way and then through the whole back. It's, I can't wait, it's getting ready to start bloom. We got some little purple flower spikes that are getting ready to come on. So next few weeks to a month, that'll be great and look beautiful. In between, I decided I had some dead space. I had a bunch of marigold seeds, so I planted marigolds in between, and that's only like a week old, so we'll just see what they do. That was just something a little afterthought. When I made this garden, this corner, I thought this was going to be my shade garden, and when we were building, this area seemed to stay wet, but I'm learning that wet doesn't necessarily mean that it's a shade garden. So I planted hostas, and I thought I'd do ferns and oak leaf hydrangeas in the background. The oak leaf hydrangeas are doing okay, but the hostas were just getting completely burnt up. Had some peonies, they kind of got burnt. This is native geranium. I've got this plant. This is new to me. I grew this from seed this year, verbena, but I don't know, and maybe some of you will know the answer to this. It seems to only get the flower kind of right at the edge. Right now, that's the only two, but the edge, but I like it how it's growing and filling the space, but I would love to see it with more flowers. So I don't know if it's just the variety that I planted, or maybe it's, yeah, I'm not sure what's going on with it. Got a couple oak leaf hydrangeas. This one's probably doubled in size since I put it in this spring. And this one started off strong with a real pretty white flower this spring, but that's about it. This fern here is a Christmas fern. I dug this up out of the woods early spring, so I'm kind of happy with how that one's doing. So the things in the back seem to be doing okay. This guy, he's struggling. I just keep cutting off the burnt leaves, which I'm sure is not really the right answer. So, but it does. I did see a new little frond here coming out, so maybe it'll be all right. I don't know, but we'll see. So, and then the ferns, the hostas, I kind of cut them back. They were just, well, you can see how this one is. It just got the sunburn. So I cut a lot of that burnt stuff off, and then they do seem to be popping out a little bit better right now. I just got these gifted to me. A friend of ours works at a plant place, and I guess they couldn't sell them. So I have some amaryllis sitting out here. So I just started playing with those, getting them to rebloom. I love to have some amaryllis in the house at Christmas time. So I might put them in the ground for now, and then in the fall dig them up and pot them and bring them in. So I've got these three that I've had from previous years, these three amaryllis, or four of them. But then I've got that one there, two here, and three more. So I gotta figure out what I'm gonna do with them. Got some ferns. It's a variegated leaf. It's kind of pretty. It's doing well. This is one of my favorites. I don't know if you guys have ever grown this. It's such a pretty little lily. They're called blackberry lilies. So it's about done now. You can see this is the seed pod, and when the seed pod busts open, it looks like little blackberries. So it's really cute. So I'll have to show you that again soon when it's there's only a couple left. They're, like I said, they're just about done, but it's got great foliage and makes a good interest. This one, a blanket flower, again, a month or so, 2 months ago, it was just covered in these flowers. It was so pretty, so I kind of cut it back, and I've got a lot of new growth coming on. So, but it's looking a little little raggedy. These, again, I thought that this would be enough shade because we got morning sun coming up and it's getting ready to come over the house now. These are hydrangeas, and I mean, they were just this beautiful pinks and blues, and I mean, just gorgeous. We brought them from our last house, and I put them in, and the sun is just scorching them. So I'm just trying to get them through the summer. And then I'm gonna, these two, this one and that one over there, I'm gonna have to dig those up and find a new home. I'm still not really sure because any of the houses I've ever lived in my life, I've had a lot of shade. So this house, I have a lot of sun. So now I have to rethink how to do everything. So, but this is a temporary, but I do see, like, even though it looks awful, I think it'll be okay. It's got some new growth coming out, so that's good. I'm just trying to keep it really watered and as best I can. And then again, I have tons of marigold seeds, so I put these around because I thought, well, if the marigolds get this tall, at least maybe it'll give it some shade until I can transplant it in the fall. This one here, a friend, so I'm in the Perryville Master Garden, and one of my friends, she has incredible gardens, and maybe someday I'll get to go over and film her gardens and show you. But this is bee balm, and it's kind of a reddish, pinkish, and it doesn't look like much right now because it's about done, but I went ahead and I deadheaded it. And I am seeing a lot of new growth, so I'm hoping that that deadheading will get it to rebloom. It's the first time I've had this one. So, and then this is exciting. I had some seeds that I had gotten from the Master Gardeners. These were from Baker's Creek, and it's called spotted bee balm. And I don't know, Chris, if you get real close up here, if you can, it's just the cutest little flower. So if you look, you can see the little spots on it. I just think it's such a pretty little flower. So anyway, that's called spotted bee balm. And so that I'm actually going to, I just grew it from seed, and my mom and I had built a little hot house this year. We grew it from seed in there. Didn't think it did much, and it literally just started blooming the last week. I just left it in the pot, see what happens sometimes. So I got the other half of the packet and I sprinkled those seeds around here. So I don't know if it'll do much this year, but next year, hopefully. So I'm super excited. So this spotted bee balm is a native bee balm. So I like that. If I can plant native things, you know, that's always a bonus. Back here I have Pensterman. Again, doesn't look like much now. I'll have to get it in the spring, but it's, you know, I cut it down. I'm not sure that was the right thing to do, but it does have some, I cut off some of the seed pods already just to save them and see if I can grow some more. But so that's beautiful white flowers. Oh, this bee balm, I was gonna say, the hummingbirds love it. So this is my goal. I've had hummingbird feeders in the past, and they're just a lot of work to keep them up in the heat of the summer. So my goal is to have enough flowers that I don't have to have hummingbird feeders. So anyway, I've been seeing the hummingbirds come to this, so I'm hoping it reblooms so they get a little bit. But now I've seen them in the front yard the last few days. So I had some flocks up there in the front yard that they seem to be liking right now. These are some elephant ears that I just popped in here. I'm thinking in the area over there that I was going to call my shade garden. I think next year that I'm going to make that my, quote, tropical garden. So I think I'm going to do some cannas and I think maybe some elephant ears. So the elephant ears are kind of almost like a family tradition for us. My grandpa used to grow them. In fact, he was in the newspaper for an elephant ear that was almost as big as him. I'll have to see if I can find that little article. But so my dad has grown them my whole life, and so I feel like I kind of need to do the same. So can't think of the name of this right now. I'll have to look it up, maybe on another video. But I don't know, I'm gonna have to watch it. I do kind of like my flowers to be a nice pretty little clump. And this has gotten really big already. I love it. I love the variegated leaf on it. but I don't know overall. But it's a good space filler for right now. Got some little mushrooms growing. But in front of it here, this is kind of a late plant too. These are zinnias. These are called meteor zinnias. It's a purple one. And for my tags, these are old blinds, and I just cut them up. And have also learned this one is a Sharpie. Sometimes you do whatever's around when you're writing them. But I've learned that Sharpies don't work very well, so if I do it in a Sharpie, I just lay it upside down instead of sticking it in because the sun seems to fade them. But what I've learned is the pencil, the number 2 pencil, seems to last pretty long. So that's this little guy right here, not doing fabulous, but it's some chives, so we'll see. This is another hydrangea. Chris had gotten me this one for Valentine's Day, and again, it pretty much, the sun got it, but it does still have some hope, so I'll have to move those. Little sedum that I got from my friend Weezy. This one here, this is called Jerusalem artichoke. Some people call it a weed, I don't know. And I'm gonna, so yeah, just smashed a Colorado potato bug on there. This is full of, I took a picture of it. Can you see that, Chris?
Let me zoom in.
And I took a picture of it and tried to ID what is on it as far as what bug that is, and it came up that it's aphids. The aphids that I've always experienced have been more of like a little yellow color, but so I don't know. I broke one off, the first one I seen, but now pretty much that one has it, that one has it, that one has it. So I don't know what I'm gonna do about that. If I really wanted to see it bloom. It's got like kind of a little yellow, a big yellow flower, I guess. And then behind this here, this was just kind of something for fun too. I had just a bunch of packets of seeds. These were morning glories, and they're kind of a double one. But I probably won't do this again next year because in the name morning glory, I know they bloom in the morning, but all the flowers, most of the flowers seem to be around the back side, so that's kind of not good. So, but they're kind of pretty. They're kind of look different for a morning glory. This here was a last minute plant. This is Tithonia, Mexican sunflower. So hopefully that one's getting ready to, looks like it might, yeah, it looks like that might be a bud there. So first time I've grown that. This one I grew from seed. These are zinnias, and they're like a little dwarf one, and I just think it's the cutest little wispy thing, so I really like that. So it's weird though, like normal zinnias, you know, you cut and come again, but there's no dead ones to cut off, so I don't know, but I really like it. So it'll probably, if I can get some seeds, I'll probably grow that again next year and maybe do some more clumps from it. This and this I also grew from seed, and it's blanket flower, but it must just be a different variety. That blanket flower down there just stays in a nice little compact plant, and this one, there's a little bee on there. This one is, I mean, you know, it's a good 2.5 foot tall. So, but that was from seed, so I'm pretty excited. As always, it feels even a little more rewarding to me when you grow something from seed and it turns out so beautiful. These are my potted plants. A little, I'm just trying to, since we moved in the house, trying to save money and just use what's around. So this is a sedum, and I just love this. Chris, if you get on this side, look how thick that is. It is just full. In fact, it's so thick that if I want to put it somewhere else and get a start, I just take it, cut it off. But you can see as I'm doing that, see how all these fall, and then those will grow, which can be good and bad. but you have to pick them out if you don't want them. This is horsetail. This is a native plant that I found down by our creek, and they sell these at nurseries now, but I think it's kind of cool and kind of fun. I put hostas in here. This spring it looked really good with the hostas in the middle, but again, too much sun back here. So I threw these in, Moses in a boat. I thought, well, we'll try getting those going in there just for a little bit more color. So we'll see next year. I'll try something different, but I do like this and I like this, but I just need a little more color in there. Oh my goodness, it is hot. So this is the last part of this garden that I'll show you. It'll be enough for today. This is phlox. I'm probably going to cut these back and see if I can get it to rebloom. This I grew from seed. It's a salvia, so I'm super happy with that. So I'll probably grow more of that just because I like it. This looked so pretty a few weeks ago with the coreopsis in here, but I don't know what's happening to it. It's looking, and then in front of it I had alyssum, white alyssum, and this I know is not going to do good in the heat of summer, so I'm probably going to come in here and just give it a good haircut, and then once the weather cools down I think it'll come back out again. But it just kind of looks like a little pretty drift. And I have a pot back here, you almost can't hardly see it, but that was the idea, to kind of make it look like everything was just kind of spilling out of the pot. And last thing I'll show you, this is the best it's looked all summer, which it doesn't look fabulous, but at least it's got a couple flowers. This is moss rose. I grew it also from seed. So I'll show you two more things and then we'll save the rest for another. This is strawberries. I got this from my friend Mary Ellen. She gave me these this spring, and I put them in these little strawberry pots. This is called Sparkle. So this is my first year. So I've been, I also put them in my vegetable garden. So they seem to be doing pretty well over, probably better over there because they're in the ground and probably have a more regular watering. But I'm still pretty happy with them. So I like them. The strawberries tasted good this spring. We just got a few. I know I was supposed to pick them off the first year, but I just couldn't pick out the flowers. So we did get to eat a few this spring. So I'm anxious to see next year what they do. And then last but not least, my mint. So that's it. Join us again soon. Please like the video so I can continue to do this. And we'll see you soon with the next one.